If you think about the meaning of a road, it's simply a curated area which is there for one purpose: getting you from point A to point B. Each road is different and unique with its own personality.
Seriously, if this is not picture perfect, I don't know what is. I'm grabbing my camera. I hope that the camera is going to do it some type of justice.
So what happens after you've traveled on the same road for 8,760 hours?
This is terrible. You guys, this is crazy.
It's a present for me.
At this very moment, I am thinking about you guys.
Okay, we got 260 miles.
I am in such a bad headspace right now.
Ryan, what's happening, baby?
I traded in the Road Glide. Probably remember this guy.
Hey brother, just want to say how awesome it was to have you and Lindsay staying with us.
And after 8,760 hours, I can never go back.
I begin each year trying to think of some grandiose motorcycle film idea that will keep you entertained and motivated to get out and ride. Now, this usually leads me down a rabbit hole of looking at my favorite photos and watching some of my old films. Sometimes some of my real old films.
So I legitimately have every frame of every video I have ever taken in my life.
This approach allows me to be reminded of my style and why I love to make these films. I am constantly haunted by the thought that every year seems to move faster than the previous one, reminding me to live in the now and to take advantage of each moment. I think that's why I'm so passionate about photography and videography. It captures these small moments in time that turn into memories of where I was at in that particular point in my life. So I figured in this film, instead of taking you on just one motorcycle trip in 2023, why not bring you along for all of them? Giving you a first-hand look of what it's like to be on the road and experience the motorcycle lifestyle, which ultimately leads to great adventures and new friendships. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Ryan, and I'm going to have you ride shotgun through this entire adventure. The first trip of the year.
Here's where we are, San Diego, the West Coast, and we are going to make it out to Scottsdale, Arizona.
I am getting ready for Arizona Bike Week, and we're hitting the road right now. Obviously, I showed you the location we're going to. We are, however, going to battle some weather, but look at that sunrise. I hope that shows up.
This trip was giving me a chance to try some new camera gear and implement a few new techniques I had learned during the winter months. After all, I'm always going to be a student of the game. Now I know that every story needs to have an obstacle to overcome. I just didn't know the drama was going to start so early.
Looks like we might be going into a little bit of fog here. Something I did not anticipate. Oh boy. Well, this kind of sucks.
A freak winter storm had hit San Diego, and I was right in the middle of it.
Not a fan at all. This is not what was in the weather report, and now I gotta deal with it.
If I'm being completely honest here, I was almost certain I would lay down the bike during this stretch of road. The icy roads had car crashes happening just a few moments in front of me.
other bikers here. I don't know what's going on. That's a lot of bikes. They must have left them here last night.
To date, I have no idea what happened to the owners of those motorcycles. But I can tell you, it didn't make me feel any better. I just chose to power through.
Made it out of that nonsense just now. Got to the bottom of the grade. It's nice to see clear skies. It's crazy how, let me show you. This changes from up there, and then you get into the desert area, which is down here. That was gnarly, you guys.
With the nerves settling down, I regained focus on what this trip was about. I was heading to see a friend. Actually, he's not just a friend. He's been like a mentor for me throughout my YouTube process. And of course, I did owe him something since I dropped his bike in 2022.
What's up, homie?
Work for you?
Dude, you're the man.
Where you want to go? I changed my mind. I want even. What's the alternative? Look at it. I don't have my glasses on. This is very rare footage, Ryan. Can I use yours? What do we got here? Some brake levers.
After repaying my debt, we decided to test out some new filming equipment. We toasted with a rare bottle of bourbon.
That is John Wick's bourbon. That's Blanton's.
Should we sample it? When Ryan shows up to rallies, I always invite him to stay with me because he is the official ambassador of fun.
And of course, we did some exploring.
Okay, so we have officially made it down to Cave Creek.
I don't think he realized it at the time, but this trip provided me with some motivation and what I needed to create something new for 2023. And I was excited for the miles ahead.
Okay, so here's the setup for you. It's going to be 12 days behind bars. I'm going to take you with me, hopefully show you as much behind-the-scenes stuff as I possibly can.
I wanted to challenge myself and create video edits daily, something I had not done before, showing you not only some of the raw behind-the-scenes shots, but also showing off some of my sophisticated filming equipment.
I told you it was gonna be raw. This is what I'm using for a tripod. All right, let's go.
The start of a new motorcycle trip always gives me butterflies. I think about the open roads ahead and the challenges I might face, but most of all, I will think about that oh-so-familiar checklist.
I'm always thinking about, what did I forget?
The roads in the beginning are familiar, but it doesn't take away from the dopamine that rushes through my body. So I try to push myself and see how far I can travel right out of the gate.
Okay, so made it to Barstow. I went 176.8 miles in one go.
I refueled the body when needed, trying to eat somewhat healthy where I can. The miles stacked on as I crossed state lines, and new landscapes started to present themselves.
Holy smokes, look at this. Tell me that's not a postcard. Let's go.
So I often find myself getting caught up in having difficulty explaining what it is to be out here and riding a motorcycle on the open road on one of these trips or filming one of these documentaries. And the best that I can come up with is that while riding, it really forces you to think about everything. And when you're thinking about everything, in turn, you think about nothing. And all that white noise that you have going on upstairs in your brain, it really helps you find some clarity. And it truly is remarkable.
It looks like it's going to be a very beautiful day.
Being on the road, breakfast can be hit or miss.
Okay, breakfast was mediocre at best.
But each day you load up and it's just as exciting as the first.
So I'm going to try to get into Salt Lake as fast as I possibly can and meet up with a friend of mine, hopefully grab some food and then get right back on the road.
Now there comes a time on each road trip where 4 lanes go down to 2. The city lights are in the rearview mirror and it starts to sink in. It's just you and the bike, soaking in the experience as you discover new places. It's a feeling you need to absorb at least once in your life if you own a motorcycle. Now this day was going to be a reminder of how great the motorcycle community is. I was heading through Utah and meeting up with a friend whom I had met in the northern portion of the United States. Chris and I had met on the mountainside of Beartooth Pass, Montana, a few years back. Sitting there at the top of the world store and exchanging stories of the road. We kept in touch through the years, and I made it a point to stop by every time I'm in the area.
So it's now become a tradition when I come through Salt Lake City that I meet up with Chris and we have, what is this called? What do we got?
Chrisarito.
Chrisarito. So we're going to visit for a few minutes and then get back on the road.
These types of connections happen on just about every motorcycle trip I go on, and I'm grateful for every single one of them.
All right, so Chris and I have parted ways. He went back home. He crushed some miles with me, about 80, 85 or so. It's really nice of him. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Always a good time coming through Utah.
The people that you meet on a motorcycle are unlike anybody else you've ever met. And it doesn't really matter if you were an athlete in college or maybe a pro athlete or whatever organization you've been in. I firmly believe that there is no bond that is faster created than one with somebody else who rides a motorcycle. Those are the things that I've been able to establish out on the road, where meeting people in the middle of nowhere has turned into a lifelong friendship.
Now, gliding through Utah on your own is definitely not a punishment. It's a state I would highly recommend for everyone to travel. I was savoring each mile, and I eventually crossed into Wyoming. The heat was up, hitting 105 degrees, but I knew that wouldn't last. In fact, I was expecting my luck of dry weather to run out sooner or later.
Okay, good morning. We're leaving Rawlins, Wyoming.
Huh. That's interesting. That makes me wonder if we're gonna need some rain gear today. It's much cooler out. It's better than the 105-degree heat, so Wyoming, let's go.
Just met this group at the gas station. They're actually from California as well, and they're heading to Milwaukee. And it was really nice of them. They offered for me to tag along with them. However, I had to respectfully decline because they are going through Nebraska. And I said, thank you. Obviously, it's very generous, but not going to do Nebraska.
We will tackle my issue with Nebraska a little bit later, but for now, the open Wyoming roads were absolutely amazing. The 2-lane highways stretched for as far as the eyes could see, with small mountain ranges making for picturesque moments. I found this little spot in the middle of nowhere to pull over.
Okay, I passed by this place. I have to stop and take some photographs. I mean, look at this. It's simply amazing. I'm just gonna take a few minutes and let's pull out the camera.
So yeah, I mean, how often am I gonna actually be here?
is even on top of the photography. I think we got to get some good drone shots right now. Okay, I keep on running into these things back in San Diego, but I never get a chance to really get one on film. But we got a snake in the road.
Riding a motorcycle is one of the few activities that start immediately when you leave your driveway. The destination is just the bonus. There are a few things I can think of that have such an immediate impact. It's not like golfing or fishing, where you need to drive to a destination before you can start to take part in the activity. Riding a motorcycle is instant gratification.
Today is the day we catch up and chase down the Great American Convoy as we leave Sturgis this morning and head to Sioux Falls.
I continued east after stopping in Sturgis to see some old friends, and that's when it hit me. A long motorcycle trip can be a direct reflection of the year you are living. The roads are changing direction, just like life choices you make. Each person is out there on their own road, with their own goals to accomplish. The road, just like life, can have the sun glowing on your face and giving you comfort and warmth, but sometimes life gets hard, throwing you obstacles that you might have to overcome. Like a rainstorm coming out of nowhere to ruin your mindset. Or in this case, your camera gear. These are challenges that are meant to see if you are really driven to accomplish your goals.
Alright, so I've got this GoPro back up and running. I thought I lost it for the trip. This has been a lot of water. This rain gear is all but useless. All my clothes are absolutely soaked from head to toe. I don't think that we're gonna make it to the dealership before Adam does, but let's get back on the road.
But no matter what, you have to keep pushing forward, finding a way to push through those cloudy days and towards the sunshine. As the saying goes, no one said that life would be easy, just that it would be worth it.
All right, so it's 1,848 miles, and I finally caught up to the Great American Convoy.
Ryan, what's happening, baby?
1,848 miles.
1,848 miles. You are the man. You were here to the end, correct?
I'm here to the end.
Awesome. God, I love you.
Oh, love you too. Seriously, this is the Great American Convoy. Look at all these people that are here enjoying the Great American Convoy from all over. Now, when you think of charitable organizations, you really can stop at the motorcycle community because they are the most charitable group out there. No matter where you're at in the world right now, chances are there is a motorcycle community coming together to raise money for a good cause. And they will literally take their shirts off their back for you. I've had it on motorcycle riding trips where people have offered me their motorcycle to finish out a journey. And it's a character trait that's rare, and it can only be found with the motorcycle community.
The time had come where I would join the large group of bikes and rumble on the roads ahead. When I say large group, I mean really large group. It was bikes all the way to the horizon. Adam's goal was to raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project as he traveled to 120 dealerships.
All right, so Adam just made a big announcement this morning. His goal in the beginning of this was to hit $500,000 for the Wounded Warrior Project. We still have 2 dealerships left, but that number has already been hit, and now he's trying to exceed it. So let's go in and take a look.
The dealer events had an amazing turnout, and it was a great way for all the riders to get to know each other. At the time, I was creating daily edits, and the engagement was humbling.
So I want to take a moment while I have a little bit of downtime to start responding to a lot of you guys' comments. I want to thank you guys that are following along. So just know that at this very moment, I am thinking about you guys.
And each time we would leave a location, the adrenaline pumped. Hearing the roar of the engines as we made our way through winding canyons and small-town USA neighborhoods. This roaming motorcycle rally is an experience I will never forget.
All right, so we're at a lunch stop right now, and it's almost like a roaming motorcycle rally. If you look at all the side streets going up and down here. Today is a special day because right now we're going to pick up the wife.
Now, taking these trips by myself are nothing short of magical, but having my best friend fly in to join me is like icing on the cake.
Plane landed, she's deboarded. Scott's detailing my rearview mirrors because they were so disgusting. I guess he couldn't bear the fact that I had dirty rearview mirrors.
Look at the boogers on this thing. His wife's not gonna get on the bike because it's disgusting.
This is Scott. Say hello.
Hi, what's going on?
Scott is my mobile detailer. I bring him with me everywhere I go. You guys just don't see that. Just kidding. This is Heather. Heather joined us yesterday on the convoy. How far did you drive?
190 miles.
She rode 190 miles to meet us by herself, rode out, met us at the dealership. Of course, probably to see her husband too, but rode all the way out there, and now we're all together. We have CJ.
Why?
But look at her now.
You making fun of me because I'm detailing your bike because it looks like a pigsty?
Times and places are all in who you share them with, and it's life, and the point is enjoying.
Once we got the wife suited up, we all spent a little time taking in Wisconsin and its not so healthy food options.
Oh, you're a cheesehead. That's glasses. Look at that. Danny would be so proud. For the final.
Hey, how's your diet going on this trip?
It's fantastic.
It's wonderful.
You're a great influence.
Welcome to Wisconsin.
After accepting my poor food choice, we made our way over to the hotel and rejoined the convoy for its final day.
Final day, homie. How you feeling?
I am excited and sad. I'm excited because, man, it's been a long road. I mean, a lot of struggles, a lot of rough miles, a lot of rough days. I'm excited to have that down. I'm sad because the road is kind of my home, and I certainly feel connected to it, and those experiences are overwhelming. I suggest everybody should take a road trip. And I'm sad because I've made so many great friends on the road that now I'm gonna have to say goodbye to in the next day here.
See you soon is what it's gonna be.
See you soon.
Good job, brother. Hey, good job.
Thank you. But before I do want to take 1 second to recognize the veterans in the house. Can we get them to raise their hands?
We made our way to the last dealership spot where we would battle the heat and humidity. It was the kind of heat where you apologized ahead of time for your sweatiness before going in for the hug. Yeah, it was that hot.
All right, so we're just finishing up the very final dealership. We're gonna get the final numbers. We're leaving Uke's Harley-Davidson here in about 20 minutes, and then we will take that final ride over to the museum where that will wrap up the Great American Convoy. So awesome having the wife here. Just a good day. All right, catch up with you in a second.
One of the best patriotic feelings I ever had was riding in this group to the Harley-Davidson Museum. My arms were covered in goosebumps.
It's like finding a treasure that's always been hiding. The first time that I see inside it.
So we have made it.
To the Mecca. Happy birthday, Harley-Davidson.
It's like reading pages and pages of stories.
And I can't tell you how good it feels to have the wife here in Milwaukee, hanging out. Are you having fun? She's having fun. It's warm, but she's having fun. And she's here. We're experiencing this together, which is so rad.
The town was electric.
I wanna feel like this forever and catch my breath every time you step into a room.
We took in the multi-day event, going to different attractions while getting to know our new friends, Scott and Heather. If you didn't know any better, you would have thought we'd been friends for years. Our personalities were in sync, and I felt so blessed to be invited into their home.
It's like dreaming, impossible dreaming.
I want to thank you guys for your hospitality, really, honestly. Damn, son.
Even the playful trash talking started right out of the gate.
What? Are you done in the garage?
No.
Hey, did you that done in there? I can reopen it. Fine.
Oh, that's great. Just to have it crush my foot.
Love you.
Yep. You just tried to kill me.
Quit crying. I forgot she has her stuff too. I gotta figure out how to pack it onto the bike.
Okay, so before we officially hit the road, we're gonna have one last breaking bread ceremony with our new friends, Scott, Heather, awesome hosts. They were so gracious to bring us into their home. So we're gonna grab something to eat, and then we're officially en route.
And while scrubbing through my raw video footage later that evening, I found a sneaky, heartfelt, personalized message from Scott, who at one point got a hold of my camera.
Hey, brother. Just want to say how awesome it was to have you and Lindsay staying with us. We appreciate the gifts. We think you are the most amazing people on the planet, and we look forward to a very long and prosperous friendship with the both of you. So, safe travels. Make sure you go subscribe to Full Throttle Hog and hit that like button. See you guys.
I traded in the Road Glide. We're gonna do the rest of the trip on the Grom. This series just got a whole bunch more interesting.
Hey, safety first, glasses please.
That's true.
I want to turn your hat backwards too, it's gonna fly off.
Time Bandit, he's on it. Okay, I need one of these in my life. All right, well, we just said goodbye to our new friends, Heather and Scott. Just amazing people, really. It was just a great experience here in Milwaukee. And now we're gonna push forward. And if you guys saw the Every Mile of Memory documentary, you'll remember I visited one of my best friends, which is Danny, who lives in Minnesota. And the wife has never seen his home in Minnesota. So we're heading there right now. We should have about 5 hours of saddle time today, and this will be the longest road trip journey for the wife, so wish us luck. She's a trooper.
The miles went by smoothly, and we made our way west. The weather was perfect, and the only stops we made were to refuel.
It's not often that we get a chance to... Oh, she needs her hat. But the question is, are you having fun?
Oh yeah, it's a great time.
Okay, so we are at the final gas stop. We have a little less than 60 miles left before we get to Danny's house and get to see the kiddos and hang out with them. So let's go. The last time that I rode this motorcycle in Minnesota last year, I got stuck in a tornado at night. The cameras were rolling, and you can check out the Every Mile of Memory documentary and you can kind of see what happened. But I'm gonna be coming up on the same bridge where I hid from this tornado, and those people helped me out to make sure that, well, you know, I didn't get dead. So I will show this to you right now, but this is gonna be the bridge that I was hiding under. And you guys probably remember this guy from Every Mile of Memory. There he is. Line of Kugels. Mission accomplished today. All right, so it was the wife's longest journey on the motorcycle to date. We are here. How are you feeling?
Feeling okay.
Feeling okay. I think we
Ready
can.
for a longer trip.
I think she wants to do an iron butt. So Danny and I rode dirt bikes, street bikes, sport bike styles. I'm trying to get him to ditch all that life and get a Harley-Davidson, so he took my bike for a spin. He's coming back now. We're gonna get an interview. Actually, that's a school bus, so never mind. Wait a minute. All right, talk to me. Talk me through it. Walk me through it.
A little different.
But
Oh, I like it. I've always known I liked it.
I'm all alone now. I'm leaving Minnesota. The wife has already flown back home. We dropped her off yesterday. It's back to being solo. But we are going to Nebraska. And I know, I was not going to do Nebraska on this trip, but there were so many comments and people that came up to me on the convoy, and they gave me some suggestions before I passed judgment on all of Nebraska, and that's why we're kind of heading that direction.
What can I say? Sometimes plans change.
You gotta love breakfast in small town USA. That was awesome.
So I tackled Nebraska and experienced that Highway 20 ride. Now I will admit, riding Highway 20 was better than I expected. But would I go back? No.
It's legit getting cold. I had to put my hoodie on. So I just got some refreshments and the clerk says, no hail yet? I'm like, what? She said, somewhere around here it always hails. I'm hoping that what we're going towards is not hail.
She had to go and jinx it. Now I gotta get into rain gear. There ain't no cars coming. We've all been there.
Getting out of Nebraska, I took the northern detour, heading into the hills of Montana.
Montana, just a great state to ride in if you guys haven't been up this way. We still have about 76 more miles to go before we get to Darby, so just topping off on fuel and we're getting right back on the road.
I wanted to get over to the town of Darby and check out the Dutton Ranch, which is from the TV series Yellowstone. We are going to go through Highway 12 through Lolo Pass. It's 200 miles of scenic, twisty road. Let's get started.
There is a poem written by Linda Ellis, which is called The Dash. It happened to weigh heavy on my mind while writing this day. The story behind the poem is about a man speaking at another man's funeral and talking about his headstone. He makes note of the digits that are engraved, both the born date and the passing. But the most important digit on the entire headstone is that dash that separates the two dates, because that bridges the gap and tells that life story. And it is what you make it.
Okay, seriously, y'all. This is gonna go down definitely in my top 3 roads of all time.
I believe we should all try to make that dash count every single day.
Okay, I'm taking you guys with me on a small little adventure hike to this bridge that I saw that I have to get photos of. This is how you just get those bangers. I mean, this is not going to be a photograph of a motorcycle by any means, but it's going to be rad. Unless I get eaten by a bear. Look at that. This. You guys, this is crazy. Seriously, if this is not picture perfect, I don't know what is. I'm grabbing my camera and I just want to get just a rad portrait.
Ever since my first day of riding a motorcycle, I have dreamed of a moment where I'd be riding down Highway 101. This projection became a reality, and it didn't disappoint. The ocean breeze off the Pacific coast was hitting my face as the sun was setting. It was calm, it was peaceful, and I would say it was perfect.
So this beach has like a different feel to it. I mean, I don't know if it's probably the rocks in the water, but it's just so peaceful. Just check this out for a second.
Alright guys, you know I've stayed at some pretty shady places, but I'm gonna tell you right now what is going on here. That's blood splatter on the walls. It gets worse. There's no security. And who covers up the people?
So I did bring this concern of the room up with Harbor Inn Motel. They are giving me a full refund, obviously, because I was like, what the heck did you put me in last night? It's like I was in a horror flick. But let's go over to the Redwoods today.
had to find the giant redwood trees. Those huge trees where you can pull a car through the hollowed out tree trunk.
The Avenue of Giants. I'm going to take that as a clue that this is probably where I need to be.
Now, if it's possible to find peace within peace, then I would argue that riding a motorcycle through the redwoods would be how to get there. I'd never seen anything like it.
I mean, boom. That just looks amazing. That's a photograph. Oh, we're stopping. We're stopping. You guys are gonna do it with me. That is a banger. I'm super excited about this.
Oh, I can't wait to edit these.
Just incredible. Incredible. I mean, I was here for probably 45 minutes just taking photos.
The trees were dampening most of the sound from the outside world. The only sounds were of nature, combined with a fresh fragrance I wish I could bottle up. And at last, I found my tree trunk.
This is a legit treehouse. Ooh, okay, that will get your blood flowing. That was a pretty epic ride.
For the past 2.5 weeks, I've been out on the road, and I was riding from sunup to sundown. Getting in late at night to grab a quick bite of food and then start downloading my footage and do some editing. I would wake up in the morning, drink a cup of coffee, and I would do it all over again. It's fair to say that these trips definitely make me a better person. And every time I return home, I look forward to the next journey. The idea had come up about a reunion, reconnecting with everyone from the convoy out in Oklahoma. This was perfect because along with Scott and Heather, my wife had never been to the K River campground.
Hi, baby.
She flew into Dallas and I once again picked her up on the bike. This reunion would bring people from all over the country, and it would begin with heartfelt welcomes and hugs.
Come walk with me down the only road we know. Come talk with me, stay and watch the day grow old. I've been waiting for the moment.
But let's not forget, this was the Stubborn American Rally, and a party was about to begin.
Welcome to Saturday at the K River Campground of the Stubborn American Party. This is the day that everybody comes into town for because it gets kind of wild.
I think that I should warn you. There's something about to change. We're standing at the border.
The event is filled with motorcycle activities and contests.
We're cranking up the lights.
We're here at Stubborn American. Everybody's here, including the Badgers are in the house.
4 days of motorcycle enthusiasts collaborating together to have some good old-fashioned fun.
It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to get crazy. It's gonna be loud. This is our house. We do what we wanna.
Shout out to Throttle Down Under.
Everybody's coming. It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. We'll make the whole world
There are video creators and photographers everywhere, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a moment where a camera is not rolling.
We're gonna go check out mini bike races.
One thing I learned about mini bike races, these guys are competitors and not afraid to go get jacked up.
It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to get crazy. It's gonna be loud.
We did take some time to break away in a small group and ride so I could show off the back roads of Oklahoma.
Everybody's coming. It's about to get crazy.
So it's seriously a terrible time of day to take still photography. It's like high noon, but we're gonna see what we come up with right now.
It's about to get.
All right, so now we're getting ready to go into the nighttime hours, costume contest, everything you want to see.
The costume contest always blows me away. These guys and gals not only know how to party, but their costume selection is on point.
It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to get crazy.
I just dropped the wife off Dallas DFW Airport and put directions to go home.
I made my way back home and I reflected on the past year, replaying the experiences in my head as the rays of light laid down the perfect sunset. A still photo you take represents a moment in time, and one that can never be repeated. But it can forever be that reminder of the place you were at in that particular moment in your life. A year is made up of 365 days, with 24 hours separating each of them. So if we look at the calendar year like a road, you traveled down that road for 8,760 hours. Each decision you make acts like a detour filled with different experiences. I've realized that the hours pass like the lines on a highway, and just like that perfect moment captured with a camera, once they're gone, they're gone. Because at the end of 8,760 hours, there is only one thing that is guaranteed to change. I can never go back.